Welcome back, lovely people, to another excuse to talk about holidays and getaways. Welcome to the CruiseAway show with Derek and Joe. And this time we're voyaging with Virgin, cruising the new and funky way that really is taking the cruise world by storm.
Yes, for sure, with so many fabulous inclusions while you're on board, like all of your 20+ dining options, fitness classes, Wi-Fi, and so much amazing and very different entertainment. You're going to love every moment in the adults' playground. Now, we are off to Ireland and Scotland later for a wonderful cruise with a stay in London. We'll also be heading to the nautical northwest of Canada and New England with stays in New York and Quebec City.
Sounds very, very exciting, doesn't it? First, though, we want to give you a reminder of a very popular Dream Away package with Virgin to sunsets of Mexico. You could just close your eyes and you can see it straight away, can't you? We're taking that trip via two very special places as well. 17 nights, starts on the 18th of April in 2026 and it's booking up quickly already. And we start by flying you from Sydney to the incredible Las Vegas. I've just been just recently in the last few weeks, saw Barry Manilow and many other shows while I was there this time. You've got 4 fabulous nights to enjoy Sin City. I don't know why they call it Sin City.
Let me guess.
You don't do any kind of overindulgence in Las Vegas at all. It's very low key.
Yeah, very low key.
It's crazy, it's bonkers. It's the place to let your hair down and just let the lights dazzle. It's just crazy. It helps that it's absolutely beautiful weather out there. It's a great people watching place as well, by the way. You love going in and out, all of the hotels, you know, go to all of the famous ones, go inside the Luxor, go to New York, which is the one with the roller coaster.
Oh yeah.
Go to the Venetian and do a gondola ride, which is hilarious because the gondolas, what do they call the gondola riders?
The gondoliers.
Gondoliers, they sing to you
like
as well.
Like in Venice.
Which is brilliant.
You don't need to go to Venice, you can just go here, exactly.
It's
the
crazy.
Luxor, MGM, you've got Planet Hollywood, got some really great casinos, and of course Bellagio's, the Bellagio fountains.
You've got to stand in front of the Bellagio fountains when they go off, because honestly they make such a boom of a noise. It's fantastic. You've got 4 nights in fabulous Vegas, highly recommended by me. I've been 3 times in the last 3 years and just love it. Booked already for next year. Then we fly you from Las Vegas to Los Angeles for another 4 nights in a hotel in somewhere very different, but just as crazy, Joe.
This is great. 4 nights. We don't often get 4 nights in LA, so that's a really good amount of time because you can explore the surrounding area alongside all of the hot spots such as Grauman's Theatre. You've got Sunset Boulevard, of course. You've got to go down there. I guarantee every other cafe there'll be someone writing a script. It's fun just to eavesdrop sometimes. You've got the Hollywood Bowl. You can go and see the Avenue of the Stars, and of course the Hollywood sign. You've got to get your selfie with that in the background. Then it's time to cruise on board the most dynamic, vivid, exciting, and varied cruise line on the 7 seas at the moment, which is Virgin Voyages. And you have a wonderful stay on board as well, which is going to give you so much included already built into the price when it comes to Virgin.
Yes, and this is the latest. This is brilliant, lady. So this is the very, very latest. They only have 4 ships in the fleet, so it's very, very exciting. It's like the world is chasing their chance to get on board with Virgin. They've only launched in the last few years and they really have taken the cruising world by storm because they've come in and they said, you know what? We're going to do things differently. Yeah. So everyone, you're not a guest, you're not a passenger, you're a sailor on board.
Hello, sailors.
Which is brilliant.
Exactly.
And you know what? They call it the adults' playground, and that's exactly what it is, because it is free, it is easy, it is fun, it is light, it's all the things that you want a carefree cruise to be. All your dining's included, Wi-Fi, complete and utter unlimited Wi-Fi included for you as well, which I think is a brilliant couple of pluses. You know, the parties that they have on board, the entertainment they have on board, that's all included, including a fabulous nightclub where you can be literally tripping the light fantastic until whenever you like. And listen, if you decide to surface at midday or 1 in the afternoon, brunch will be there waiting for you.
Oh, that sounds really nice, actually.
Lovely.
Definitely. So you've got fitness classes included, you've got your service charge included, your entertainment, your gratuities, your Wi-Fi, 20 dining venues, basic bevies, which are your soft drinks too. So tons packed into the cruise fare already, as you know, we touched on. And the uniquely Virgin stamp, something we're familiar with, you know, with Virgin Airlines and of course other Virgin brands that we've experienced in Oz over the years, it's lovely to actually be inside this brand and in the brainchild of, you know, the cruise line of Richard Branson and everything that he represents. And I love the gym too, because the gyms are internationally famous and they have state-of-the-art equipment and really great classes for you. Cocktail mixing, perhaps. Maybe you're going to do a wine tasting. Maybe you are going to just, you know, enjoy swinging on your hammock on your balcony and drinking in the sea breeze. There is no wrong way to experience Virgin Cruise. But let's see where we're off to. First up, it's Cabo San Lucas. The sailing is spectacular. You see Los Arcos there, the rock formation. You might be lucky enough to see sea lions, pelicans, and dolphins welcoming you in. It is abundant with wildlife, Mexico. And there's delicious Mexican food to enjoy. Mazatlan is next, and known as the Golden Coast. Beautiful beaches. But you've also got things like tequila farms to visit. We can go and do a nice tasting as well, and they do make beautiful tequila over there. Next up, we are into Puerto Vallarta. One of the lovely things to do here is take the sculpture walk along the Malecon, along the boardwalk, and maybe have somebody rustle you up a authentic guacamole at the table where they, it's amazing the way they make it fresh. Then we are back into Los Angeles while you'll disembark, and of course, we'll fly you back to Sydney, Australia, so end-to-end flights included for you. This is a spectacular offering. 4 days in Vegas, 4 days in LA, then we're off down the Mexican Riviera, disembarking in Los Angeles. After a thorough holiday, you'll really feel like you've had a break after this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You definitely won't want to come back, I know that. You'll be like, no, I want to go back. I want to stay forever in any of those places that you've just been to, actually. And of course, the great thing is, we can get you back there as well. So as soon as you get back on the phone to us here at CruiseAway and we'll sort out the next one for you. But this is the adventure not to be missed in April in 2026. Book it now, lock in a great price. Of course, as Joe mentioned, your flights from Sydney over to Las Vegas included 4 nights in a hotel there on the Strip. And then you fly on from Vegas to LA for 4 nights there in a hotel. And then you relax for 7 nights. Well, I say relax, it's a party on board as well on Brilliant Lady with Virgin Voyages, cruising the Mexican Riviera. And you're going to absolutely love it and enjoy those wonderful sunsets as well. Don't forget to watch those. Sometimes you might be far too busy just doing fun stuff. Make sure you get the pictures of those wonderful Mexican sunsets as well. Plus, of course, your flight back from LA to Sydney at the end of the Virgin voyage. Let's have a look at your price tag there. This is just brilliant. You will love as well the entertainment that they have on board with Virgin as well. This isn't traditional cruise ship fare. It's completely and utterly different, really interactive, lots of chances for you to get involved in this, and so many activities and fun all included as part of your cruise fare as well. All of your dining, every single one of the restaurant and dining options on board included, Wi-Fi included, fitness classes included, and so much more as well. One thing, there's no white night. It's a scarlet night when you're on board with Virgin as well, because of course scarlet is the Virgin colour. So make sure you take red rather than white. You can still take the white as well if you like, but scarlet night is the night. Here are the prices if you want to upgrade to your Sea View or Sea Terrace, which is a Virgin ocean view and balcony respectively. They also have the most amazing suites on board. Now, as you can imagine, we're not talking about a standard square box type of suite when you're on board with Virgin. These are crazy, going up to things called Rockstar suites, which are amazing, which have baby grand pianos in the middle of them that you can dance on top and all kinds of things like that. They are brilliant. So talk to our team about the possibilities. Remember, this is adults only on board the Virgin Voyages as well. So this is not a family affair. This is adult playground time. So call us now, 1300 411 968 if that is for you. If you just fancy a holiday that's completely and utterly different, then Virgin Voyages really is brilliant. You know what? And just go out there and read the reviews as well, wherever you like. Pick any review site on the internet and go and have a look at the reviews that come back for Virgin Voyages, because everyone that goes on just says, you know what, I'd had a brilliant time. it was just so carefree as well, because there was so much included, so I knew what the holiday was actually costing.
Yeah.
There was no kind of nickel and diming here, there and everywhere.
It's easy to budget. I'm just wondering if you're in Vegas and you could maybe invite Barry on board, Barry Manilow, to do knock out a little tune in one of those suites on the grand piano, couldn't you?
That'd be good.
That might work.
If he was up for it. I think that might add to the price. It's not something, I have to say right now, if you've got that thought, not something I think our team can help you with. Anyway,
well.
and I'm sorry to say.
We can't do everything.
We'd have a go though. Next up though, with Brilliant Lady marking the 4th Virgin ship out there, there's even more fun adventures to be had. Now, next we're heading to the Nautical Northwest. Sounds very posh, doesn't it? This is a really popular itinerary as well. It's over 18 nights, the holiday, and it's for the 20th of September next year. And we start with your flight from Sydney over to New York. And of course, we cannot be in New York without sticking around for a bit. So we've got 3 nights in a hotel here for you in New York City. And September, I imagine, Joe, in New York, your New York experience is far greater than mine, that this would be a good time to maybe take a show.
Oh yeah, and enjoy the fall colours as well. Walking through Central Park.
Of course.
Maybe just starting to see those.
Yeah.
And that's an epic thing to do. You've got to walk over the Brooklyn Bridge as well. Stop in some stoops of some brownstones. Feel like you're in Sex and the City. In fact, they do a Sex and the City tour, which is a fun one to do. That's Grand Central. It's incredible. Oh my gosh, there is just so much to do in New York. You will love it. You will love the heartbeat of this city, the flow of this city. Then it's time to cruise, and we're going to be on board the beautiful Brilliant Lady for 10 nights as well, which is fantastic. And of course, everything that this brand encompasses, from the inclusions that we've touched on before that is already packed into your cruise fare, through to the Virgin stamp on everything they do, has got the world buzzing about cruising. Really, the lovely thing about Virgin is you expect the unexpected. Expect something that is, very Virgin. But at the same time, it's dynamic, it's modern, it's fresh. It's a whole new approach to cruising.
I was just thinking that sail away as well out of New York is going to be pretty special, because they always put on a party. They never need an excuse to put a party on a Virgin ship. We were talking about the dining before. I guess actually let's dive into that into a little bit more detail, actually, because you have got what you would consider in other cruise lines to be specialty restaurants within part of your offering as well.
You do.
So you've got a Mexican hacienda there, Pink Agave, which looks absolutely brilliant. You can get your tamales in there and your all kinds of wonderful Mexican dishes, of course, with partner cocktails as well. You can treat yourself to. There's Gunbei as well, and Gunbei, I mean, it's the one that everyone heads to straight away. It gets booked up so quickly because it's the Korean barbecue restaurant. It's included in your fare as well, but it's a hot table to have, and it's the Korean barbecue where you have the hot plate in the middle and you all kind of cook together. So it's great social cooking there as well. You've got so many different things to enjoy. You've even got a test kitchen as well, where you can learn how to shake cocktails, make dishes, do all that kind of stuff on board. So there's so much fun stuff. And remember, this is adults only, so it's just it's just pure, unadulterated, just brilliance.
Oh, it is. And when it comes to shows, they also do shows in the uniquely Virgin way, which means you're going to see fresh, kind of reimagined concepts of traditional ideas, which is wonderful, such as, festival stage acts, which is a rotation of comedians, magicians and specialty artists in the Red Room Theatre. Persephone tells the ancient Greek tale for the reason of the seasons existing. So this is really out of the ordinary, dynamic theatre experiences on board the ship. We're cruising out of New York. The first port we're heading into is gorgeous Boston, Massachusetts, where you can head out on a whale watching trip. This time of year is good for it. The Skywalk Observatory is amazing. I love Quincy Marketplace for just seeing some beautiful food and shopping options. This is an amazing city. Then we're into Eastport in Maine, which is situated on a place called Moose Island, between a couple of lovely bays. You've got the reversing falls there to visit. And you can do a nice little boat tour for the day around the harbour too. So speak to the team on board about booking. St John's in Canada awaits us next, New Brunswick, which is very quaint. Lovely rock formations if you want to just take a hike out past the Bay of Fundy right there. And there's a great market in town as well to visit. You've also got access to Reversing Falls. Then we're into Halifax, which has a wonderful long boardwalk, one of the largest in the continental US, which takes you past restaurants and bars and boutiques all the way up to the lighthouse, and you can head out to a winery in Annapolis as well, which is the famous naval training ground. We are disembarking in Quebec City, and you've got 3 nights in Quebec in French Canada. Quebec is absolutely gorgeous. You have old meets new, you have European meets North America in Quebec. Lots of history. You've got to try the poutine when you are there. Poutine is a traditional Canadian dish. It is hot chips and gravy, basically. That's what it is, with cheese curds. But you've got to do it. You've got to try it.
It does actually. It looks absolutely lovely. It looks like something we could make for ourselves at home, but never do.
Yes.
We only have it when we go to places like this.
Yeah, you might find a few places that do it, but you've also got the funicular to enjoy. But just the back streets, strolling around the cobblestone streets of Quebec is magic, and it is a spectacular city. Then we're going to fly you back to Sydney, Australia after this amazing adventure. Of course, flying into New York, spending some time there, heading through some of the best of Canada and New England at the best time of year to see it and enjoy it, and then finishing off with a lovely little mini break in Quebec.
Yeah, because of course, as you mentioned before, by the time we start the cruise, we really are into the fall season. So where the leaves are changing colours and they go the most beautiful, reds and golds, and it's just stunning. Especially when you're sailing as well, funnily enough, you just get the most amazing vantage. Of forested areas, and of course there'll be lots of tours as well. Virgin have things called shore things, which we know as excursions, which will take you to lots of other adventures in the ports along the way as well. But with this, you just enjoy all the perks of Virgin cruising. So that's all of your dining, the ones we were talking about, and all the others that are on board. Your Wi-Fi, it's a given on a Virgin voyage. It's just there for you. It's included in your fare. Your service charges, entertainment, soft drinks, fitness classes, and so much more as well. It's brilliant. Now, this package, as Joe mentioned, has your flight to New York from Sydney, 3 nights there in a hotel, and then you've got your 10-night Virgin voyage on Brilliant Lady to the nautical northwest, right the way down to Quebec City in Canada, where you'll stay there for 3 nights in a hotel before you then fly back to Sydney. Again, I have to tell you, I was expecting a much, much higher price tag than you're about to see there. I mean, check that out for everything you are doing. I mean, have you tried costing up just like a week in a half decent hotel in New York with flights? That could eat up that kind of budget easy, couldn't it? Very, very simple. But with that, not only are you getting the flight over to New York, you're getting 3 nights there in a hotel, and then 10 nights of fabulous cruising down through Canada and New England, and then a further, is it 3 nights in Quebec City as well, before you then fly back to Sydney. All of that included at this budget here. And let me tell you that Virgin, in terms of pricing in the cruising market, is a premium offering. Absolutely a premium offering, with so much included in the price tag for you as well. Now, here are the upgrades on this cruise. Now, remember, this is 10 of the 19 nights. Is this holiday? 18 nights, sorry. So 10 of the 18 nights are on board the cruise there. So there are your upgrade prices there to Sea View and to Sea Terrace, which is ocean view and balcony. And you've also got your suite prices there as well. Call us now, speak to our lovely team on 1300 411 968. If you've got any questions, by the way, our team are amazing. 25 plus years of cruise know-how. That's a lot of knowledge in their brains. Yes. Even though that Virgin is the new kid off the block. And our final trip with Virgin Voyages comes up in July of 2026, but lock in a great price today, because we're heading to the wonders of the Emerald Isle and the rugged and beautiful Highlands of Scotland. Now, this is wonderful. 19-night DreamAway. It flies us first from Sydney over to London in the UK, and we've got 3 nights in a hotel there for 1st, and we are right smack bang in the middle of the UK summer here as well. So it should be a nice sunny few days for you in London.
At least
up
warm
there.
anyway.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Take an umbrella just in case.
Yes,
You
and
never
there's
know.
plenty of galleries and museums should the weather turn. But the thing is, I mean, one of the most epically cultural cities on earth with history to die for. I mean, we'll be salivating at some of these incredible buildings like Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle's not too far away.
And there's a great Madame Tussauds.
Oh,
I think
yes.
Kylie's still in there at the moment.
And the dungeons.
Yes.
Yes.
Then it's time to cruise. We're cruising out of Portsmouth, which is not a million miles away from Southampton on the south coast of the UK. Normally, most cruises go out of Southampton, but Virgin being that little bit different,
Yep.
we're going out of Portsmouth.
We are.
It's not far away. And we're on board Valiant Lady for 14 nights. Now,
Oof.
Valiant Lady was the second Virgin Voyages ship to be launched.
Yep.
They have 4. They're all pretty much identical. What you'll love as well, by the way, just about the vibe and the feel, is that there's no kind of rules or regulations. There's no be here at this time or be there at that time. There's no kind of, you know, it really breaks away from the timetable element of cruising. So you can kind of do what you want and where you want, which I think is brilliant. You know, you'll find things like in the central atrium, which is not like a traditional atrium on a cruise ship at all. You know, really funky. They have great shopping there. They have a record shop there. They have live DJs playing, you know, music during the day. There's such a great feel on the ship. There's such a lovely energy, you know, and this is not Club 18 to 30. So don't think, oh, well, hang on a second, I'm the wrong side of 30. This is not for me. It absolutely is for cruisers of all ages. You know, if you've got a sense of fun, if you love smiling, if you love just being with people and just having an easy, fun time on holiday, adults only as well, which, you know, for a lot of people who cruise is a plus point.
Oh, yeah.
Then you'll love Virgin.
Because
simple as that.
Everything's tailored to the, you know, experience of adults as well. So you've got really premium quality exercise classes which are included in your cruise fare.
It also means that some of the show of an evening can be a little bit, you know, a little bit edgier.
Yeah, tongue in cheek.
Raunchier.
But in a fun way.
Yeah.
You know, something that you probably never experienced on board a cruise ship before.
Yeah.
But you will be coming away from it smiling and wanting to shout out to your friends about the incredibly dynamic shows maybe that you've seen. And when it comes to pampering, they know how to do it in style on in the spa too. But the deck parties are legendary on Virgin. Scarlet Night, like you touched on earlier, Derek, as
And
well.
the pyjama party.
Pajama party, which is super fun, but they just have lots of fun deck parties and the DJs are out there, you know, spinning the tunes. I don't know if that's what the kids say these days, but anyway, they know what they're doing. I don't, they do. But yeah, you're going to absolutely love everything about this brand.
And look at where we're going here. From Portsmouth, we're straight over to Ireland to kiss the Blarney Stone.
In Cork, exactly. Yep, it gives you the gift of the gab, apparently. Head to Head to Blarney Castle as well whilst you're there. It's definitely the experience you've got to do in this port. Belfast is next, and beautiful Northern Ireland with this really kind of imposing, dramatic coast and some of the most friendly people you'll ever meet. You've got to go to the Titanic exhibit when you're there too. The last port of call for Titanic, of course. Then it's Dublin, the legendary city capital of Southern Ireland. You have the Guinness storehouse to visit. You can head on over to Temple Bar as well. If you want to go to a traditional pub, you've got to do it, and you've got to have a pint of Guinness while you're there. Then we're into Liverpool. Maybe you want to head out on the Beatles experience. I think many people will flock to that whilst they're in this port. But you know, Liverpool's lovely. You've got the Royal Albert Dock as well for shopping, which is legendary. What a city. Then we're on into Greenock in Scotland, and this is the port for Glasgow. But you've also got Loch Lomond that you can visit. If you want to go to traditional Scottish loch, then do book a tour to do it, or maybe a whiskey distillery, because of course there's that to experience as well.
Combine the two.
Yeah, you can. You can go to a whiskey distillery in Stonaway, which is part of the island's a beautiful part of Scotland, where you can again just take in the gorgeous scenery and all the history. Kirkwall's next in the Orkney Islands.
Beautiful.
Largest town in Orkney, and it's a 1,000-year-old Norse town, so you have kind of that Viking influence and the Celtic influence all in one too.
Feels like the middle of nowhere.
It does feel like the middle of nowhere, but you'll love it. Next up, it's Invergordon, which is again, it's a place where you can go and visit some incredible castles, my goodness, distilleries, abbeys, you know, so much to see and do around this area. We're into Edinburgh next, which I think is going to, you know, incite a lot of excitement in many, many cruises, because it has that incredible castle, Princes Street, you've got shopping. It's just a beautiful city, it really is. Next up is Zeebrugge, which is the port for Bruges, where you can go and shop for chocolates, waffles. You can go to the French Fry Museum, the Chocolate Museum, the Beer Museum whilst you're there as well. Diamond District.
We did it, didn't we? We were in Bruges together, weren't we?
Yes.
About a year ago.
Yeah, I dragged us all to the Chocolate Museum.
And we did. We had a fun time at the Chocolate Museum, and we sampled the chips. It had to be done.
Yeah.
Amazing. And then you port back into Portsmouth in the UK, and then obviously fly back to Sydney from Heathrow Airport in London. So this is another one for the explorers and the sightseers. This one includes the flights to and from London, 3 nights in a hotel there, and your Ireland, Highlands and Scotland explorer with a little bit of Belgium thrown in as well on Valiant Lady. Here is your amazing price tag. Now bear in mind, this is right in the heart of the summer season as well. To do a cruise around the UK to, you know, Ireland and the Orkneys and the Shetlands, and to do all of that in the height of summer is the best time to appreciate the wonderful views, the wonderful sights. All of the castles and the attractions will be open there for you. So this is a brilliant time to go and do it, actually. And there is your price tag. Don't forget, of course, that price tag you can also split down into 6 or 12 payments with Travel Pay Later as well, very, very simply. But if you want to get it booked today, that's the price we can lock in for you. And here are the upgrade prices for the cruise on Valiant Lady. So to go up to Ocean View, to balcony or to suite. I love the itinerary on that one. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, you've got the city centres there. You've got Dublin, which is the city centre for Ireland, of course. You've got Belfast, which is the capital for Northern Ireland there. You're going to the capital of Scotland as well, into Edinburgh. And plus you're going into some of the lesser known places in the Orkneys and Shetlands, which are absolutely beautiful. They're so picture postcard, they're so lovely, they're just so full of, like you said before, dramatic scenery, just wonderful. Some days you might just want to get off in one of these ports and just literally take a wander. Just take a wander. And you can do it beautifully in all of these ports.
Well, and the magic of heading to Europe, of course, is the opportunity to see thousands of years of history.
Of course,
and that's something we don't get to experience in our part of the world in terms of the actual building structures. So it is incredible to see these castles and to see these locks and to think about the legends and traditions that follow in with those. And maybe you're going to be exploring some of your ancestry when you're in this part of the world as well.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Oh, quick one, actually. When you're in Edinburgh, if you're going on that one, get on board the Royal Yacht Britannia and go and see how the late Queen Elizabeth II used to do her cruises.
Yes, indeed.
You'll be super envious.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. It's a really nice day, actually.
Yeah, it really is. Edinburgh's amazing anyway.
Yeah, it
just even the buildings in this part of the world are just going to floor you. I mean, really, there's no other way to describe it. What a trip. And in fact, what a bunch of opportunities we've had in the show. Yeah. We really have had some wonderful offers.
Spoilt for choice. You know, there are hundreds more as well, right? Because all 4 of the Virgin ships that are out there right now, we can put you on any of their cruises whatsoever. They're all on our website at cruiseaway.com.au, or you can just call our friendly team, 1300 411 968. We're here toll free to talk to, remember, right the way through the week. But that's it. Our time is up for this show. We are back 10 a.m, 1 and 4 p.m. every day here on Gecko. So come back and see us again soon, because we're talking holidays, and that's got to be good news, hasn't it? We'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.
And here you go.